Yo, what it do, everybody? It's your man Dre, aka Dre on Wheels. Y'all already know what it is. Welcome back, everyone, to the 11:30 podcast, Talk Pro Wrestling. What's goody, everybody doing out there on this beautiful Friday, man? I'm back at it. It's commission time. As you can see, my guys, Warren Marlowe and Blackhart is joining me on this episode. We're going to have fun, man. It's my guy, Blackhart birthday. We're going to be chopping it up on a lot of things, WrestleMania topics, and more. But if you're joining me on YouTube and if you're new to the 11:30 podcast, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below, like, leave a comment, and do all that great stuff. And don't forget to follow the 11:30 podcast on all social media platforms. But you guys, like I said, man, it's time for the podcast, man. We about to get into it. Yo, Warren Marlowe, Blackhart, what's going on, guys?
What up?
What's going on? What's going on, man? We here. We again.
Are here.
Yes. And I was saying, man, it's my guy Blackhart birthday. He gonna be doing a whole lot of celebrations on his platform, Off the Top Roads podcast. Man, he's gonna be doing a live celebration tonight, so that's gonna be dope. But Blackhart, what's going on, man?
I'm turning 32. I'm still breathing, still living. Can't complain. I'm fortunate enough to still be alive. Thank God. I mean, thank to the man upstairs and everything. Just trying to do my best and just say this is my last official day as a 31-year-old man. And tomorrow morning, around 12:24 in the morning, according to my birth certificate, I would have been officially born. So at 12:24 in the morning, I'll be at the age of 32.
Yay.
I'll be the old Shaquille O'Neal from the Orlando Magic number. Yeah, that's what I said to myself the other day. It's like, it's a Shaq. Yeah, it's a Shaq number. It's a Shaq year. It gotta be a big year this year. So,
okay, all right, shacking. He's shacking. Shacking too.
What's you got any birthday plans?
Supposed to spend time with my family on Saturday. They're having a little birthday dinner for me, and we're gonna have a little game night that night as well. My girls will be a couple of my buddies, a couple of my podcast partners. I think E Dukes and Uncle Fats just might pop up themselves. Other than that, man, I'm just trying to sit back and just take the couple of days off and just heal up my bones and wounds and everything, and thank God that we still here. There's still more work for me to do on this earth. So,
hey, that's what's up. That's what's up. Happy birthday, man, for real.
Happy birthday, oh yes it's your day, I hope that it's okay, though it may some cliche, and good things come your way, so have a happy day.
Oh, word.
That's love right there.
Hey, for real, though. Happy birthday, man.
I really do appreciate that. And then because tonight will be a special occasion, I'll have a little Roscato bottle with me that night. So
Pinky up.
Pinky up or cup up, but whichever one that comes first. And we'll be live for the birthday stream, and we'll have the debut edition of WrestleMania. So man, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be the real official.
That means it's 32 questions, right?
No,
you're gonna be 32.
It's not 32 questions. And also, thank you for reminding me. We'll have the special guest come on the show. Miss Ivy from the Raw Zone show is gonna be joining us this weekend as well. And as well, check out her show on Monday. We'll be gonna have both Char C, your OTCR champion, and Rach the Great, both on their show for Women's Month. For a Women's Month wrestling segment. So this is gonna be great for us to start renting out some of our players here at OTTR and get them some shine. It should be all me in front of these cameras. Each and every one of them is gonna have to give their own shit too. So if you need anyone other OTTR mob besides myself, y'all know the deal. Hit me. Let's work.
Hey,
that man says it's making the business. It's just that smile, Shiz. That's what it is. It's the smile.
What's been going on with you, Warren? What's going on with you? What's new?
Fuck you,
Not
you ain't
much.
shit, bitch.
Since it's your birthday, I will
He's
let
been
you
trying to
have your
antagonize me
moment.
all week, and I'm just like,
Let
yo,
you
listen,
have your moment.
my moment,
It's your birthday. I'm not gonna be mean, man. It's your
my
birthday.
my
I might even
moment.
take a shot for you today. How about that?
Oh, you actually have to look
I
like
don't.
Daddy-O.
I do. I
Oh,
do, man. I do. I have to
oh
take
wait,
a
wait,
shot
wait.
before this
He's
episode's
surprising
over.
me right now. He's surprising me today. Where's
Oh,
that bottle at then? Show it. I want to see it.
All right, hold on. I have to
okay.
go get the Terramana.
Dun, 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 dun,
You about to
dun,
go get the
dun.
Terramana, the rock
Dun,
drink.
dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun. Wow, wow, wow. Yeah, you like
Oh
that.
lordy.
Yeah, you like that, Andre.
Some nice standby
Just
music.
for the good old buddy.
Oh snap! You trying
Oh
to get
yeah.
comatose? Yeah.
Oh
See
yeah.
now, see. I wish this was my
Shiz has
week,
got
though.
his water. Dre's got it.
I wish this was my week today. Oh, I wish this was my fucking week.
Happy birthday, buddy.
Hey
I
man, I
appreciate
said
that, Warren. Thank you.
I,
Shot.
I said I definitely want to try that, John. How is it?
The Casamigos?
Very smooth. Very
Uh,
smooth.
the Terramana junk, the rock drink. Do,
Oh,
do,
yeah.
do you got different type of flavors or is this
The
one?
the Blanco is really good for like mixing, say like if you're like martinis and shit like that. But the Riscato, that one's
Same thing.
really
Same thing
strong.
for the Casamigos too, Dre.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
definitely the Riscato. I think that's what it's called. It's very freaking strong,
Mm.
very strong. But they are very smooth, and that's one thing I'm shocked about when they do with tequila. 'Cause tequila is not ever really smooth.
Yeah. That's what's up. That's what's up. I said I want to try
But
that junk.
just for you, Bubba.
Hey, a toast to
Hey.
my guy Blackheart on his birthday.
I appreciate that, senseis.
And he's gonna be a live celebration on his channel, you guys. Speaking of live, the commission will be back live, you guys. Next week we're gonna be chatting WrestleMania predictions, NXT thoughts and reactions right after takeover and stuff. So make sure you tap in to the 11:30 podcast social media channels so you can hear us
Hmm.
chat on WrestleMania and everything that's going down WrestleMania week. Speaking of WrestleMania, man, WrestleMania is upon us, and today we're gonna be chatting top 10 WrestleMania moments. Now, last week we had fun on Buzzing with Marlowe chatting top 10 pro wrestlers. This week we're gonna be chatting with WrestleMania coming up. We're gonna be chatting the top
Oh,
10.
and one more thing. And next week for my turn of actually, I'll talk about that later. Go ahead. Nah, matter of fact.
Top 10 WrestleMania moments here on the podcast. I'm gonna share mine, but you guys, whoever want to go first, this is whoever joining us this week. This is all our list, So whoever want to go
Sure.
first.
Fine, motherfuckers. I'll go first. All right, so you got Blackheart's top 10 WrestleMania matches. I thought about this when I was at work earlier, so you better be appreciating me for this. So, number 10, Kurt Angle versus Shawn Michaels, WrestleMania 21. Yes, for
I
me,
like that one.
as a 15-year-old kid, I still believed in wrestling. I still believed in Shawn Michaels. Kurt Angle was at the top of his fucking game when he came back from the neck surgery, that was. And how the storyline played out for this was beautifully done.
Sexy Kurt.
That made me want to watch this match, including what you just said, Warren. I'm just a sexy Kurt. Which witnesses
Shit
chasing the
was
fucking
great.
Sherry, and at the very end, he puts her in the ankle lock. I fucking die laughing. But the match itself, beautifully mastered. You have you have a showman versus a technical wrestler. The both of them can portray a story in the ring. Shawn's trying to prove a point that he still got one up on Kurt Angle, even though this was the very first time that they actually really wrestled. But Kurt Angle was hungry.
Yep.
Kurt Angle was turned into that wrestling fucking machine that I love the most. And this match just had it all for me. It made me believe that Shawn Michaels could have won, but he didn't win, unfortunately, because of Kurt Angle tapping him out. But kudos to both men, and That's my number 10.
Okay.
I believe
Okay.
that was the match of the night for WrestleMania 21 too.
It sure was to
It
me.
really was. It really was. Warren, you want to share your number 10?
Number 10 match, it's gotta be Eddie versus Ray, man. WrestleMania 21. I love the story on it. It was good. It was the first time. I think that was the first one that Eddie and Ray really could have wrestled each other. And obviously, the finish was Ray winning at the end, and that kind of like irritated Eddie. I think they were tag team partners at the time too.
Yeah.
But
They were.
just a great fucking match. I think that was the opening, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
Wasn't that the opening match?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was the best way to definitely open up a WrestleMania. So
Yeah.
definitely.
But I'm calling this thing sus right here, man. Because listen, how the hell did Dre end up having this graphic up? Like he knew that you
That
was
song
gonna say
make
this
a
shit.
face.
Because
Like you knew when he was gonna say this shit, and then when I'm saying something about Kurt Angle and Shawn Michaels' match, I get no graphic. I feel slighted.
Hey, because and the funny thing is, I was like, man,
He was about to say it,
I
wasn't he?
wonder-
That's
I
why he
wonder-
threw his hands up, because he thought he was
like,
about to say it,
who
wasn't
was
he?
going to have any of my picks? And the graphic was my number 10. Rey Mysterio versus Eddie Guerrero. Like the story that was going on, they were tag team champions, and
They were, yeah.
everything just was turning. I think that summer in 05 here in DC is where they fought for custody over Dominic and stuff, and the whole jealousy over Eddie Guerrero because Rey Mysterio was a top babyface, and everything about that moment. And like you said, that was the match. We had Shawn Michaels and Kurt Angle who stole the show.
But I get
Eddie,
no fucking graphic though. Fuck you, man.
It's your birthday, that's why.
Right. No, I think you two was talking behind the fucking scenes, and then you was like, yo, let's
He goes,
try
hey,
this.
I gave you a birthday meme. That's what you get today. I give you a birthday, Warren's going to get the graphic, make it look like he's a sportscaster.
Nah, not it, man.
Oh, there we go. There we
See,
go.
another one.
Not it though. But
Bullshit,
yeah,
No,
man.
wasn't the finish about a boot? Like, it was Eddie was trying to use his boot to
Yes,
roll
yes,
out and
then
get out of
gets
it?
Reversed.
yeah.
Yeah, that's right, yeah. It was a schoolboy finish, I think.
Oh man, yeah. But that's my number 10. Oh man, I hope Blackhart.
You might
got
get
some
number
more-
9, Shiz.
Yeah, he might.
You
let's
might
see,
get number
let's see.
9.
All right, Blackhart. Who's your number 9? Who's your number 9?
Let's stay at WrestleMania 21 then, because my number 9 is the inaugural Money in the Bank ladder match.
Oh, God,
Shelton
that was one of the
Benjamin,
best ones.
Edge.
The best
Oh
one.
man.
Can I finish? Shelton Benjamin, Edge, Chris Benoit, Chris Jericho, who actually created this whole fucking Money in the Bank ladder match. Kudos to him. Give him his flowers, please. Christian and Kane. Now, we all did not know what the hell the Money in the Bank briefcase even was. This was brand spanking fucking new. I was a fan of ladder matches. You had the perfect combination of certain people involved in this match. I think Chris Benoit looked like he was having a seizure that moment, or he really acted like he was really, really, really hurt, which made me think, oh my god, my guy was hurt. Edge and Christian, you know how they're two paths that parallel with each other's, and you see it in the ring. Every person in that match had a story of why the fuck they were in there. And Shelton Benjamin was the star because of the unforgettable running up the line, clotheslining and shit. That made to every single fucking video game that WWE has ever produced. You're always gonna have that feature in that game. So
they started that just because of that.
So if you think about that moment, Shelton Benjamin gave us a lot of memories, and he's being underutilized till this day. Trash. But this was my number 9. It made me more intrigued about the Money in the Bank ladder matches before WWE watered down and gave it to pay-per-views. I liked the way it was on WrestleMania. Was a once a year thing. You go and you fight for an opportunity. 6 to 8 people gunning up for a briefcase that automatically gives you a title shot anytime that you wanted. Imagine the possibility if the wrong person would have had it. Oh my god, the wrestling history would have changed.
Yeah,
and we got a few of those. So that's why that's my number 9.
Okay, that's cool. Warren.
Still no fucking graphic. Wow.
Look. It's gonna be... And trust me, it's gonna be graphics. It's gonna be graphics.
Trash.
He said trash.
Man,
Trust
we
me.
brothers, man. We supposed to be here. Now all of a sudden I get nothing, but yeah, he get a fucking graphic, man. Like I said,
You
man,
got a
me
birthday
fucking
video.
coerced.
Trust me, when I go back to edit, it's gonna be all graphics. It's gonna be all graphics in there, man. For real.
He gonna have the fans like, hey, why is he arguing? He got all this. What's he got mad for?
I don't get. I'm like, yo, listen. First off, I just felt like this was a setup. And when he said, because when he gave us what the topic was, I was like, I wonder.
He's gonna one up it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
War
Yep.
number 9. Oh, and number 9.
Mm-hmm.
Number 9's gonna have to be the Chris Jericho versus Punk. I like the match. Definitely like that match.
Which WrestleMania was this?
28.
You ain't being specific.
28. Yeah, it was 28. 28. Yeah, it was WrestleMania 28.
You gotta be specific.
Because it was right after. No, I was trying to remember exactly what WrestleMania it was, but I do know they had it because I did hear a recent podcast about Jericho praising about that match. It was about Punk with his sobriety, being sober and never drinking and stuff like that. And the story that they told, I mean, I don't know if Jericho really poured booze on Punk, but it was just super good. The match itself, I didn't like the finish, but the match itself was really perplexed good, in my opinion.
Okay. That was a cool match. Okay, my number 9 pick, man,
Shout out to my fellow Irishmen out there.
is from WrestleMania 10. Owen Hart versus Bret Hart.
Ooh.
Yes.
Damn,
Man,
I forgot about that
brother
one.
versus brother kicked off WrestleMania 10 and the matchup, man. Both of these guys were technical wrestlers, and the matchup just was beautiful, though. And I love how Bret Hart went on later on that night. Obviously, Owen Hart was trying to stop him from going on later on that night from winning. I think he won the WWF Championship that night.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So the matchup and the story of this year between Owen Hart and Bret Hart, I definitely loved it. So that's my number 9. Number 9.
That shit went over my head when I was looking at my list. I was like, God damn!
I totally forgot about that.
I felt something was off.
Okay.
I totally forgot about that one.
I'll do the play-by-play. Well, let me just say this. This match...
He did graphics for that one.
This match was indeed phenomenal, though. Brother versus brother, students of the dungeon. You have a Hall of Fame father, and you got these two having one of the opening matches of WrestleMania 10. And the way that it could have went either fucking way. Even for me, looking at this as a 4-year-old kid. Well, actually, no. This was March 20th, 1994. I was 3. So, yeah, this was a great match. I mean, as a 3-year-old to even watch. Oh, my God. Bret Hart was the fucking greatest thing in the fucking world. Owen Hart, the jealous brother, just trying to crawl out the shadow. But both of them were technically savvy and smart. But at the very end, Owen Hart reverses a Dodge roll up until he pins him himself on his own and gets away scot-free. And that was a great finish because technically that was a way to protect them both. Now that if we would have went back to review this thing now, oh my God, this would have been part of Blackhart's vaults, my damn self. You know what I'm saying? This would have been one of my favorite matches to put in the vault that I would have a deep ambiance dive just to talk about it. But until this graphic is gone, I can actually go at number 8. I don't know how much longer do I even have to talk about this.
Okay.
That boy said he's about to do a whole full match, bro.
That's why I'm over here like I thought we was moving on, Dre, but okay. So
we're stuck on 8.
All right, so we're at number 8. So let's stick with WrestleMania 10. Razor Ramon versus Shawn Michaels, the ladder match for the Intercontinental title. The both double straps, the real and the fake. But either way, the both of them were still gorgeous at the time. The very first ladder match to ever be done at WrestleMania. So it was a landmark history. You was in Madison Square Garden. You had a heel Shawn Michaels. You had babyface Razor Ramon. They're both best friends behind the scenes. So who else are you going to trust more than having your best friend across the ring for you? And you two are making a history-making match. That was the blueprint for all the other ladder matches. No disrespect to Shawn Michaels versus Bret Hart Survivor Series 92. when they had a ladder match, that was the very beginning of it. But this was the one that was most solidified in my heart.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what made me start to love ladder matches. Holy shit, I can pick up a ladder and start whacking someone with it. Awesome. Try doing it. So kids, don't try this shit at home because I did that before with a wooden ladder.
Yep.
Move, boom, and done it for real. It even climbed up, even done a leg drop. You know,
I remember
that was the
I
standard.
remember my first ladder match. I got excited. I'm thinking, oh, we're gonna have fun with this thing. Boy, you don't realize it until you get in that damn ring and you get hit with one of them motherfuckers.
And
oh my gosh!
Exactly, Warren. And the way that they were selling the hits and injuries was great.
Yeah,
absolutely.
absolutely.
So, and of course, Scott Hall, God rest his soul, Razor Ramon, the winner of the match. The iconic pose on top of it with both them belts. How can you not end it the right way? You know.
Yep, that's the standard of ladder matches, man.
That's my number 8. And
that's
still
the picture I had up there. I had the picture, but I couldn't. I can't. Obviously, I can't put it on there.
It's not your week.
Exactly.
Who's your
I try to look out for you. See, you shamed it. You shamed it. Shame on you. Shame, shame, shame.
Stick this up.
All right, number 8. I gotta go with. So we're going with WrestleManias. I gotta go with Triple H and Mick Foley. Triple H. I think it was Triple H versus Cactus Jack. I think it was Cactus Jack. Was it Cactus Jack?
No, sir.
Which one was it?
It wasn't even at a WrestleMania.
It wasn't a WrestleMania.
The one that you're thinking
the
about.
one you think about is the Fatal 4-Way.
And
the Fatal 4-Way, yeah.
And then you think about the Royal Rumble match, and then the No Way Out match that they had the month afterwards.
That's right. But I did like the Fatal 4-Way. It was the first time they actually had a main event as way more than once. And I was highly pissed. Highly pissed my boy Rock got screwed out of that match. But I'm going to go with that one because it gave Mick Foley his first main actual event into that repertoire. It was a great match. Big Show got a lot of following as it as well. Rock was the highly favorite to win this damn match. Got screwed out of it because Vince freaking McMahon.
Yep.
And that sorry son of a bitch Triple H just wins the match again.
Man.
Hey,
I'm speaking in my young kid volume over here.
Fun fact, I had that pay-per-view on videotape, recorded like from beginning to end, like even like the pre-show and shit. God bless my heart for that. And I will watch that match over and over and over again. It was 43 minutes and 55 seconds.
A main event.
Man,
a main event.
Fun fact about that pay-per-view.
That's a fun fact for y'all.
Fun fact about that pay-per-view also with me, one of my school teachers, man, rest in peace, man, Mr. Newman, he loved it wrestling. I was like, man, I'm a big wrestling fan. And my first pay-per-view that I got ordered was WrestleMania 19. And even then, I missed the first matchup was between Matt Hardy and Rey Mysterio. But when he gave me that tape, I remember watching that, and obviously, like Warren said, I was destroyed that The Rock lost. And that promo that he pulled right before the match, I knew that word for word. I rewinded that tape back so many times just so I can be The Rock in that moment, man. But I was so mad that he lost, but I was so I felt good that he gave Stephanie the people's elbow, after that. So
I was like the biggest pop for it too was after he did, and the Rock bomb, yeah.
I was just shocked that they didn't just let him win that night, but they let him win the very next pay-per-view.
Yes, in DC. Yes. Oh my God, man.
It was Backlash. Yeah, that's the one where
Stone Cold came back and was whacking.
That's right. Yeah, Stone Cold came out and interfered. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. That was the time frame that I remember vaguely. Like, tomorrow.
Those are the years that literally.
Because I was 10 years old, so that was like a very mind frame part of my life where wrestling was my world indeed as a grade schooler. You know what I'm saying? So
that's when wrestling was super good too, because bro, like literally Vince gave it open to the entire roster. When Austin was hurt, you literally had so many opportunities for the whole roster to stand out. And Rock took over. Rock and Triple H.
Yeah.
Those two carried it after Austin left.
Yeah.
And then Mick Foley came in there. Big Show started throwing his little his little props in there a
Then
little
the
bit. I think
Undertaker-
that's
then
really
the-
the main push that he got in there.
Yep, and then the Undertaker came
Taker.
back as American Badass.
The American Badass.
Things just started picking up from there.
That's how my older sister actually liked Undertaker when he was American Badass.
I did. That was my favorite Undertaker.
Why didn't you like it?
I mean, I did it because I was so used to the darkness. I was so used to the dark, broody, just unforgiving. That's willing to go in there, do what he has to do, no matter what the boss says. He's a boss man. He's like, no, if the boss tells me you gotta win, I'm gonna make sure that you look good, and he does it. Win or lose. When he was the grave digger, you know what I'm saying? When he turned that, I was like, it was still new to me. I was like, I can't accept this. Not like this. And then Kid Rock music.
When he first came back.
And then you had the Kid Rock music and shit like that. I was just like, oh hell no.
Really? Oh
Yeah.
wow.
Bro, I liked it. I thought it was a different side of Taker.
I was just
though.
like, like I couldn't do that.
Yeah, I love
You didn't think it was badass to see him on a motorcycle? I mean, he technically still wore black a lot. I mean, he wore denim vest and shit like that, but he's still rolling eyes in the back of his head and shit.
It just wasn't the same.
Yeah, I get you.
Really,
I mean, that Kid Rock entrance was freaking impactful. Like, when you heard that shit, you had a feeling. Like, you didn't have like that. You didn't have it like when that dong hit, but it still gave you a feeling. It wasn't just like when you look at it, go.
Not to me, because look what happened afterwards. And then you had that other shit. Then when it came to the "you done it now," that was my shit.
Yeah,
I was like, okay, cool. I was fucking with him then.
Okay.
I was fucking with him then, but just now when he came out as American Bad, it took me a while to warm up to him again.
Okay.
And that's when I fell off. But then I was like, yo, I'm still like your number one fan. I just didn't like it myself personally. That's
understandable. That's understandable.
Not to try to make like no argument and shit like that. But all right,
that last ride was deadly. That last ride was up there.
Okay, my number 8, you guys. My number 8 is from WrestleMania 3, you guys. One of the standard of
that was what I was gonna say.
Ladder matches the standard of Intercontinental Championship matches, and I don't think we've seen a Intercontinental Championship, come like this from two guys that were, technical, from arm drags, from everything they did to tell a story, from back and forth, and then till the setting finish with Ricky the Dragon Steamboat pulling a roll up and winning this. So I consider this as my number 7. My number 7.
Literally was about to say this
one. My number 8. I'm so sorry. My number 8. Yes.
Oh my goodness. I was so hesitant. Like, actually, I was gonna say that one for number 8, but I was like, I didn't remember if it was exactly a WrestleMania match. I didn't want to get correct and go, oh no, that wasn't a Mania. But yeah, definitely a good freaking match. Godly, a great freaking match.
That's definitely my number 8.
Steamboat was that dude.
Number 7 for me. All right then. Number 7. Let's take it 2 years. Let's take it 2 years later. WrestleMania 12. Bret Hart versus Shawn Michaels. The Iron Man match for the WWF title. Now, this was the very fucking first Iron Man match in WWE history. This was between two of the top fucking wrestlers. And every right they had the main event. Of course, who can forget Shawn Michaels' iconic zip line off the top and shit like that going down. But Bret Hart was my number one guy, and I'm going in thinking he's gonna win this. Somehow, some way, he cannot lose this. For some weird fucking reason, as a 6-year-old me, of course, my younger me would have been stupid just by even thinking about this. And just the way that the match was to go for a full fucking hour. Spot, recipe, spot. Just the way that it was coordinated was phenomenal. And then if you actually pay attention to many wrestlers, they studied this match as part of their routine. To know and to study the match front to back, to know move for move. Just how everything works. So what they can try to do it themselves. That's one of the matches I think a lot of wrestlers would say that's their hand down favorite because they taught them a lot in one match. And then, of course, the ending, which, oh, man, Bret Hart had him in that sharpshooter as time was expiring. Time had expired. He thought he won. Walk into the back, and then all of a sudden they made an announcement under sudden death rules. And who can remember Howard Finkel's fucking voice?
Mm-hmm.
There must be a winner.
You knew it was a pay-per-view
Breast
when you
Pace
heard
going
Howard
back.
Finkel.
He's trying to get a maneuver in, and then Shawn Michaels gets charged up, hits a super kick, 1, 2, 3. And somehow the controversial moment was afterwards, where you kind of hear him worded to Hebner to tell him to get the fuck out of my ring, and they actually kind of come together and talk about this later on a WWE special when Brett and Shawn actually talked about how everything was in the very beginning, all the way up to where they are right now, and basically. So that whole moment was part of the Brett and Shawn rivalry, how it kind of spilled out later on, and what the hell did we got? And that was our childhood. Who can forget that? That's my number 7.
Okay,
I like that one.
Yeah,
Definitely a
definitely.
good one.
Definitely.
It's still no graphic. Damn, Dre.
That man
Fuck. I'm hoping that one of these goddamn
he's like,
matches that
I'm going to look.
Hopefully
He's like, the hell with my list. I'm going to find out which one is the graphic that I can get on this one.
You all, oh man, you all got graphics. Man.
I thought you said you welcome. I'm like, what?
No, you all got graphics, man. You all gonna get graphics. Warren, who's your number 7?
He said bullshit. What we at? Number 7?
Yeah, we had number 7. Cinco.
Oh man, I gotta go with the big childhood match. What we call showman. It's gonna be Hulk Hogan versus Andre, man. That match made Hulk Hogan. I'm literally 100% telling you this. You didn't really care about the eat your vitamins, the say your prayers until you saw that man pick up Andre. Literally pick him up and slam him. That made WWE, in my opinion. Factual. You can take whatever you want. That is what made wrestling to what it was at that time. Big dudes, Hulk Hogan, proving, hey, I can be this guy for you. I can be the main guy here. And that right there, that was the moment. So it has to be Hulk Hogan versus Andre the Giant. Rest in peace, Andre.
I forgot that Warren is older than us. So he's been watching from.
Nah, you're older than me.
No, I'm not.
I'm 30. I'm 30.
No, the fuck you're not.
Stop lying. I turned 31 in May.
Stop lying.
I turned 31 in May.
Stop lying.
I was born in 1991, my friend.
No.
1991.
Stop it.
May 22nd, 1991.
Stop it.
I just got tired of using Just for Men, man.
Dre, please just go.
Okay, all right. All right, my number 7, you guys. It's from WrestleMania 24. Man, this matchup had storytelling all over it,
damn.
Man. Shawn Michaels versus Ric Flair, the career-threatening match.
That's way too high, Dre.
Yeah, I know. And I know everything
way
that was
too
leading
high.
up to this match. And Vince McMahon was telling Ric Flair, anything, if you lose one more match, your career is over. And man, they got all the way up until WrestleMania, and he had all his family there. And Shawn Michaels he didn't want to take on Ric Flair. Ric Flair was his best friend. And the ending just told it all, and how he just said, I'm sorry, I love you, hit that super kick. And, as you can see, Ric Flair just bawling his eyes out, at the end of the match, because his career was over in WWE. But yes, that is my number 7 pick, Ric Flair versus Shawn Michaels.
High, bro. Way too high. Way too high. Way too high. Oh, that hurts. That hurts.
Way too high.
That would be in the top 5, bro. Like that climatic.
You said way
ending.
too high. Why?
Well, it's number 7. I would have put that at least in the ranks of the top 4, because that really
other matches
was,
that were better than that match, and we're gonna get into that.
But what I'm saying is an emotional feeling towards. Like when I'm talking about, like a very emotional feeling.
Wait, but time out though. But how many others have said the same thing about other matches? And let's not get too deep.
I mean, that's everybody. Everybody's gonna have a match regardless.
Fuck, I did forget one, but all right, fine, whatever. I'll put that in my wall.
Well, just know if you say number 5 or number 4, Shiz, if you say that match, you will get your graphic. There you go.
Okay, all right.
He said,
I'm
girl
above
back.
listen, I'm above the rim like Tupac. All right, chill.
All right, number 6.
Uh-oh. LeBron James.
See, he gets his own fucking graphic. You know this is a fucking setup.
I wish he would have put a LeBron James graphic. He'd be like, this son of a bitch.
Oh man.
Infinitely is.
All right. Who your number 6, Blackheart?
Wait a minute, it's me.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Dre
my
had
number
just
6.
picked.
Take another shot. Since you got that ball in your hand. Yeah. Yeah. Chug. Yeah. Okay. Number 6 is number 6, the triangle ladder match. WrestleMania 16.
Ooh.
Hardy's, Dudley's, Edge and Christian, WWF Tag Team Championships. Oh my God. It was a fucking car wreck. And when it just underlined one word, car wreck. Hardy's, Dudley's, Edge and Christian, just all in that time frame, trying to make a name for themselves. Dudley's had just came into WWF couple months prior. Hardy's has been on the rise. Edge and Christian has been trying to get their name, and now they just like kind of turn heels and shit. At that time, oh my God, when this man made that fucking announcement, I was like, that's gonna be fucking crazy. That was the match of the night for me personally. Don't care about the main event. Sorry, the main event. That match stole it. Yeah, I did. Yeah, I just said that.
You did. Cut his mic off.
No, listen.
Cut it off.
Listen. Jeff Hardy did a swanton bomb off the top of a fucking ladder to Bubba Dudley through a fucking table on a rampway. He almost missed. Fuck that nonsense. Matt Hardy got thrown off the top of a fucking linked up table on top of 2 ladders, crashes through another fucking table like he was dead and over with. I thought he died in that very fucking moment when fucking Edge fucking threw him off. I was like,
the spear is what got me. The spear is what got me.
Which one of you guys?
The mid spear was cool. The 3D off the top by Bubba Ray to Christian, that was great. Devon was selling like a motherfucker, like crazy. Bubba was
Devon so like he damn near has t-shirt.
Bubba Ray was a goddamn fucking savage. You can tell from the look of his eye. Yo, the fans was like, yo, he's a rabbit. I was like, yo, Bubba scared me at that time period too. I was like, I would not want to be facing against him. But the match was a beautiful car wreck. It had everything I love. It made both teams. It solidified both teams. Despite the winner, it solidified all 3 teams.
Which one did you?
It's what made them. It's what made them.
I was rooting for the Hardys in that, in this particular match. Mm-hmm. So I nearly
who was their manager?
Win, huh?
Who was the manager? Didn't they have a manager when they first came in?
No,
but they had what's it called
when they got revamped? Michael Hayes.
Yeah, Michael Hayes.
Yeah, Michael Hayes. I almost called him.
Which one of the 3 Which one of the 3 TLC matches was you guys' favorite? The one at SummerSlam, the one at WrestleMania 17, or the one at 2000? I think SummerSlam was.
You mean 2001 too?
Yeah, that's
actually it was 4.
That's 17.
Because there was another one too on SmackDown.
Yeah,
that was the one where Chris.
There was one on SmackDown.
Yeah, Chris Benoit flew off the top of the ladder, crashing through a table, selling that he cracked his ribs.
Yeah,
that was a great one too.
I forgot there was one on SmackDown.
That was one of the best ones. No bullshit. I would say that one.
I gotta say 17 though, man. That was a
hard. The one at SummerSlam. I enjoyed the one at SummerSlam.
Yeah,
I think
the one at SummerSlam was still cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was definitely cool, but when they just dubbed it TLC because of the match that happened at WrestleMania 2000 and WrestleMania 16, that was the blueprint to what transpired and what created TLC.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So in a way, I'm gonna still go.
You gonna go with
with
16?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the blueprint. That was the one I was like,
I
oh
still
my
like
god,
17 though.
this
But
was
17, just a
that was
card
the
from
beginning of
bottom to
what
top.
the tag team ladder matches are supposed to be. Shit like that, blah blah blah. But it evolved. Then it was like, holy shit, it was never done before.
Yeah. And I think
I agree with that.
I think everybody loved 17 because 17 was a good WrestleMania, from top to bottom. So I
That's
think
what I was
everybody
about to
would
say.
say
That
17.
card was just unbeatable in a way. Like there was
Yeah.
maybe one okay match, but everything from top to bottom was
You know what's
good that
beatable? The fact
WrestleMania.
that Warren's lying about his age.
I am 30.
But go ahead and go with your
All
number
right,
6, prick. You
go ahead.
lying,
Number
you lying
6.
old man.
Technically, you're older, my friend.
Technically, you are the one that's older in here.
I
You
would show
actively-
I would show my driver's license right now, but we gotta bleep it out.
Yeah, we're not gonna go through all that. I mean, I'll find out. I'll find out. Just watch. Yeah,
Google
just
me.
watch.
There you go. Google me.
Okay,
All right.
try
Who's
it.
your
All
number
right. So what
6?
number we at? Number 6.
6, bitch.
I gotta say Chris Jericho and Shawn Michaels, WrestleMania 19. Very fucking good match.
Yeah,
Probably Jericho's favorite match. Shawn Michaels' damn near favorite match. Like that shit was just monumental.
right from the comeback.
Story. It was brought to only be a one-off thing. They made it to an angle to make it an even further. The ending where you thought, oh, they're gonna pay dues and pay respect. They shook hands, and all of a sudden Jericho hits him with a low blow just to get the heat back. He didn't even need to, but it just brought another approach to it. One of my favorite matches for sure is definitely got to be Shawn Michaels versus the crazy one himself, Chris Jericho.
That's a good match. Really, really good match.
Nice choice.
Okay.
I didn't expect a low blow. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, I did not expect that at all. Because he was like, man, I looked up to you and everything, man. You were my idol and everything. And then you going to low blow me at the end of the match.
That sell was beautiful, though, where Shawn Michaels just literally just stood there and just slowly dropped down. Like, if fan-wise, I'm pretty sure I can speak for anybody. Your whole visual is just like, you're tarnished, like, what just happened? Like, what did we just witness type scenario? So like that is one thing that really I feel like made the match even better just from that finish standpoint, because you don't really see it. Usually it's always, hey, you pay respect because you just tore the house down. So you're thinking, all right, they earned their respect, and then all of a sudden, boom, I got you, one up type scenario. So like that was
nice
just the really cool part.
Gotcha, bitch.
Yep, gotcha. These nuts.
I gotcha.
Okay.
Gotcha.
You got a Tacoma roll.
My number 6 is from WrestleMania 17. It's Mr. McMahon versus Shane McMahon with Mick Foley as the referee.
Oh, yeah.
This whole storyline, obviously, this culminated with Shane McMahon buying WCW and stuff, but Vince McMahon and his whole character being just, the evil balls, making Stephanie McMahon bark like not Stephanie McMahon, Trish Stratus bark like a dog, and everything that he's doing, and the stuff that he was doing with Linda McMahon and how she was in a coma, and everything about that, and how Mick Foley had to Stephanie had to push her to the ringside at WrestleMania, and how she got up and kicked him in the ball. I thought that was one of my favorite parts of the matchup because his face was just so shocked. And obviously, Shane doing coast to coast. But this matchup from WrestleMania 17 is my number 6.
Well, kudos. Okay, then. Huh?
There's still no one crazier than Shane in a fucking room.
And more importantly, I think this still reflects in real life too. I don't know if they're on are they speaking currently or what, because if I was Shane, I'd be kind of pissed off at my pops for just for firing me again.
I know, right? I know, especially after the reaction that he got. I think they were in Detroit when he came back in 2016. Like, then you gonna fire me though?
That was the pop of the year almost, where he came
really
back
was.
out of nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
Boy, I remember that shit was blowing up on social media. Shane McMahon's back. And that man damn near got a rock pop or something. Like you that whole building was erupted. Like shit.
Mm-hmm.
Well, guess we
Alrighty.
have what, number five?
Five.
We're halfway there, folks. We're halfway there. All right. So
People,
my number, we want Chili Willy. We want Chili Willy. All right. Not my number 5. Ricky the Dragon Steamboat versus Randy the Macho Man Savage, WrestleMania 3. To me, even though I had to go back and watch this match, and just for that match, just for the match itself and the time.
Hey, you got a graphic.
Yeah, I know. but just for the match, this was a beautiful technical singles match. No interruptions, no interferences, no nothing. Clean in the ring outside. They both told a fucking story. Macho Man, actually, fun fact, folks, he called this whole thing, like, he put it on the piece of paper and talked about it with Ricky about the spots. And there was like over 275 spots that he wanted to try to do. And Ricky was like, we're not doing all this shit. And then so they cut off some spots, and then that's when we had the match that we're looking at. That's where a Bonafide Classic today. So just to be in the ring with Macho Man Randy Savage at that period where he was young and still in his prime, and Ricky the Dragon Steamboat just fresh off the NWA and coming into WWE, and it was a gold mark moment for him. And this was how wrestling is supposed to be. Yes, and I'm gonna say this: this is how wrestling was supposed to be. So that's my number 5.
You imagine Ricky Steamboat in the era of now for wrestling? Him, Ric Flair,
training students and shit. Oh my god.
Him and Ric Flair. Oh my gosh! Like this would have been the year for like all the mechanical guys. Now, and I mean it sucks. Obviously, we talk about them now like, man, these were monumental, but most of them didn't get that shine because of their size, because of their athletic ability. We always thought of the big bodybuilder looks and stuff like that. So I gotta go. I definitely love that match. That match was freaking awesome. We really got to see the real Steamboat. I still praise Ricky the Dragon Steamboat as one of the top baby faces in that company because he brought something new to that. Not only that look, but just he looked like $1,000,000. Literally, he looked his part. He looked insanely like a hero look. And I mean, definitely awesome picks.
Okay.
And you got a graphic.
All right. Who's your number 5?
All right, man. I gotta go with WrestleMania 32. It's gotta be Shane McMahon versus Undertaker in the Hell in a Cell match. I thought that was super awesome story that they put on it. I didn't know how we were gonna get that approach at first, but man, what a story they told in that match. Taker looked very good in it, which I think that was probably one of his last ones at first, because then I went to WrestleMania 33 and that kind of changed my whole perspective. But WrestleMania 32, him and Shane, it was just a classic. Like, those two literally told a story. And I mean, one of my good favorites when it comes to a Hell in a Cell match in general. Definitely has to be those two. I mean, it was a lot at stake too. Shane wins, he got control of the business. Taker won, he just redeemed himself from losing street power, I guess. I don't know how else to put it on his thing. Rebuild his legacy. I think that's what they were saying. Mm-hmm. But that promo where Shane says 2 years ago, your legacy died, That shit hit so hard, and you could just tell Taker's face was like, that wasn't in the script.
Oh, shit.
But definitely my number 5.
Okay. Cool. Okay. All right, we halfway there. My number 5, you guys, is from WrestleMania 30. And the superstar, man, was going through hell and back. He was getting put through a whole bunch of stuff just to get to the main event of WrestleMania. Daniel Bryan versus Batista versus Randy Orton in the triple threat match from WrestleMania 30. The whole build up to Daniel Bryan, WrestleMania and stuff. And, he had to go through Triple H earlier that night to make it on to the main event to face Randy Orton and Batista. Obviously, I don't know who wanted Batista to win that year's Royal Rumble. I didn't, but hey, he won it. But yeah, this would be my number 5 because of Daniel Bryan and the whole story behind it. It was sad, and unfortunately, right after he won it, his dad passed away. And because I remember being at a show in Baltimore, and he got beat down by Kane, which I did not understand. And then obviously he had to relinquish the title. But yeah, this was my number 5 from WrestleMania 30.
Ooh.
Shout out to Punk for that one, because if Punk didn't leave, that story would have never happened.
Mm-hmm. What's this?
One of the most monumental WrestleManias was definitely Bryan winning. Definitely.
Checkmate.
That picture right there. And Connor. And y'all got to don't forget, with Connor and getting to go in that ring and celebrate with Bryan, and then basically dying the next day after. Like, definitely, and especially with Bryan's dad passing away at the same time, like, that had to be a huge burden for Bryan at that time. But for him to finally get that moment, you go and face Triple H at the opening of WrestleMania. No, not the opening, the second match of WrestleMania. You go through hell and back with Triple H, which they had a good match. And then the talk was Batista and Randy Orton. Those two former Evolution guys now want to face each other. Mm-hmm. Batista didn't get the best return that he expected that he was going to be deserved. Batista got more heat than coming back than him coming to wrestling. And literally, it was just a good story between that. Definitely one of the best stories that WWE's put out for a long time.
Yeah. All right. We are now down to number 4. Blackheart.
Yes, sir. So my number 4 will be at WrestleMania 17. The tables, ladders, and chairs 2 for the WWF Tag Team Championship. God bless your soul, Howard Finkel. I can remember back watching this match. I think my allowance for my birthday paid for this pay-per-view. So I was really looking forward to this. And
my dog put work in.
Hey, shut up. Anyway, but also I was betting with my family on this whole pay-per-view. So let's just say I won some money that night. So that's my first time really gambling. So this brought back some great memories of my childhood before my preteen years kind of kicked in, and the downfall kind of began. Anyway, but all the crazy spots, and then, of course, Edge doing the spear to Jeff Hardy, hanging from suspended in midair with both titles in his hands, clenched, and he gets speared. And I thought the both of them was knocked out for the count, and just my God, just the devastation. Just they try to one up the previous 2 ladder matches that they had, and when you got to go to WrestleMania, you got to pull out all the fucking stops, and these motherfuckers did, including Lita, including Spike, and including Rhino.
Yep,
all of them were included. Yeah, that's right. All 3 of them
were included too. So that's how you knew the significance of it. But that was just to try to get them some shine on pay-per-view, and the crowd wanted to see them anyway. And everyone had a little representative, so they need to be a part of that match regardless. But another beautiful chaos, and I lost that match, but I won that pay-per-view. So I want some money. So I was good.
Hey, that's
Just
what's
like
up.
how you said about that spear, that's the reason why I thought that was the most standout TLC match that they ever had. Because that spear, oh my gosh, everybody felt that. Where Jeff got hit, where Jeff was holding the both titles, you're thinking,
Even
oh,
when he took
Jeff
the
is gonna pull
swanton
it.
bomb, from the
Yeah,
outside, it
exactly,
crashed through the table. It missed.
Yeah.
I fell for that more than the
exactly.
spear. I was
That
like, oh
was
my
I
god,
just
like
love
yo,
how all
he
three
did
of
this
them
shit for
put their
3 straight
characters
live
in there.
matches in the fucking row. Like, when are you gonna fucking learn?
hey,
This
that's
was
was
11-year-old me talking, screaming at the television. Like, when are you
That's
gonna
like that commercial with the guy with the
learn?
fishing pole with the dollar on. Oh, you almost got it. No, 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 not today.
not today, man. I was 10 years old watching that, just amazed though, amazed. And actually, that's my number 4. But since I ain't gonna waste no time, that's my number 4, along with Blackheart. You can go. You can go
You
ahead
get
and
no graphic. You get no graphic.
Because he already pulled out the graphics, stupid.
no graphics. All right, but yeah,
Oh
Warren, who's your
man,
number 4?
why are you so hateful? All right, so
Fuck you talking about?
what?
Hateful? Did you say
Why?
I'm hateful?
No, why are you being so hateful today?
Oh my god, folks, do not think that way of me, please, because the way that he's trying to make it seem
Shiz is
like I
being
pick on him.
shady, shady shiz. There you go, shady
Says
shiz.
says you, Eminem. Don't fuck around
All
over
right,
here.
number 4. Over at number 4.
Yeah, number 4. Let's
Number
go.
4.
It's got to be the headline, the main event of WrestleMania 19. It was the first time we put these two guys to headline a pay per view, to main event it without Rock, without Austin, without Triple H, without the normal top tier guys we had. These two rightfully deserved it. It's got to be Brock Lesnar versus Kurt Angle. The moonsault that Lesnar did, I hope and pray he never thinks about doing again in
Shooting
his
star
life.
press, you idiot.
A shooting star press, whatever. I
Come
mean,
on,
regardless, he missed it, so it doesn't
I
really
know
perfect
that,
and say
but you should
it
know that
doesn't
though.
matter
If
if
that's
he
listen,
literally hits the move or not.
listen, if that is part of your top 10, you should know every match front to fucking back, the whys, the ifs, ands, what the hell happened, where was you at that time period, all that bullshit.
I was cringing, going, "Oh my God, Lesnar's dead!" Like literally after I saw that. Like I don't think anybody wasn't thinking this. Like that wasn't supposed to happen. Billy Kidman doesn't do that. Like what in the world just happened?
Okay, but Billy Kimmel used to do that.
You know, regularly. Maybe somebody needed tips for that because man, when he bounced his head off of that, I was like, well, there goes the next big thing. He's gone. He's gone. But one of my favorite matches, definitely the first
first,
time.
he's dead. He's dead.
Bro, the announcement was like, this wasn't planned.
Mhm. Yeah,
Taz goes, he don't hit his head like that, Cole.
you can tell he was all dazed, looking like once he woke up. I mean, got up and holding
That
the
finish
championship.
sucked just
He was
because
just-
of obviously what happened,
Woo!
but I mean, it was a good match all around.
Definitely a good match. Definitely. Okay,
Kurt Angle, probably one of his best opponents, I gotta literally say, was probably Lesnar's best opponents. It had to be with Kurt Angle.
Yeah. I shared my number 4. We're gonna go ahead and move it along.
3.
Blackheart, who's your number 3?
Tree.
Wait,
Star
okay,
Trek.
Warren. Okay, so my number 3 is a I would dub 3 in 1, so I'll dub it a trilogy. Stone Cold Steve Austin versus The Rock. Just all 3 of their WrestleMania matches. I got put them all in. I got put them all in one. 2 WrestleManias back to back. I mean, two WrestleManias main event. Stone Cold Steve Austin wins. But that was the match of the night. It was the main draw. It was what people wanted. It was Muhammad Ali versus Mike Tyson. And this was this was destined for us. We had two of our favorite wrestlers going 1-on-1 for the coveted championship of that company. You know what the fuck was going on in that time period with the Monday Night War. So you know the both of them had taken different paths, clashed a couple of times, but they were big fucking stars. It was David. It was just remarkable how these matches were from WrestleMania 15 with Austin trying to get the title back from The Rock, the corporate champion. Then you got Mick Foley coming in, Vince McMahon coming in. The whole drama at that time period was just fucking phenomenal. You were rooting for Stone Cold no matter what. But WrestleMania 17 was when the end of the era was about to happen. I won that pay-per-view. Like I said before, I betted on Stone Cold Steve Austin to win, and I sure got it, but I didn't like the way how I got it. And yeah, I know, but it's still what it is. But WrestleMania 19 was the one that I said, oh my God, this is the end. And this was it, because once The Rock had won, and you kind of seen him kind of like Loki kind of talking, I felt that, I'm like, he's done. The both of them, like, they're done. This is why I was starting to get used to people about to go away, new people coming in, shit like that. That's when I knew how about the whole corporate system and how all that shit works. Now my childhood idol is about to walk out the door. And I remember shedding a tear about that. It should have been happening. Yeah. And, you know.
I mean, Stone Cold almost died a day before the match. That's another thing, like, when nobody realized.
And that's another thing that people didn't realize, too. Mm-hmm. So that added up to that too, and I'm just like, yeah, man, I was done.
That's why when we get WrestleMania, it's not going to be a match. Because
but it's never going to be. But let me just say this for the record: there will never be another Stone Cold Steve Austin. There will never be another Rock you can have to main event WrestleMania like that, and people will love the shit out of it. Unlike what we've seen with Brock and Roman. Currently, not before, but you can only two people like that. That's so electrifying, and when we get two big forces clashing, oh my God, the explosion is humongous. It's enormous. Yeah. So that's my number 3.
Okay.
Is my hint for number 3. My hint for number 3.
Ooh.
My hint for number 3.
You better stop throwing up.
Once in a lifetime.
Stop throwing up gang
WrestleMania 28, Rock versus Cena. I literally was losing hope with WWE. Hustle, loyalty, respect, man. Hustle, loyalty,
stop throwing up gang signs.
Hey. Bro,
once in a lifetime.
I was falling off with wrestling for a while when it comes to WWE. February. Valentine's Day, we're thinking Justin Bieber is coming to WWE to be the special guest host of WrestleMania for WrestleMania 27. No. Lights shut out. Electricity starts rising. It was so well planned. They even extended the time for Monday Night Raw to end because they literally got him to have every chance to get what he wanted off after 7 years. Rock came back. That whole building lost it. Literally. Like how Shiz just said, there will never be a Rock again. Those two guys are the main pillars of what wrestling is. What the highlight of wrestling will always be personified. One reason why it's going to be tough to even go, hey, who's the next main guys? Because Rock and Austin have knocked that shit completely out of the park. But the only ones that come close is the Hogan 2.0 is John Cena. John Cena versus Rock. WrestleMania 28. Such a story they told. I mean, how many people could promote a match on social media for a year long? For a year long, and it still get relevant, still go over. It was bantered back and forth. And then when Rock came back at Survivor Series, we all wondered, hey, does Rock have what it takes? I'm sure me and Dre were so ecstatic. We made sure we were tuned into that pay-per-view. And you just watched The Rock just dominate everybody in his path in that match. Cena literally made Rock look super damn strong in that entire tag spot. And just seeing that titled in all the way to WrestleMania was just a beautiful thing. And regardless what people want to think, I was so glad The Rock won in Miami. That should have been the closing moment for John Cena to go fully heel. There was a plan for him to go heel, and they last minute changed it. And that's what made WrestleMania 29 completely shit when it came to that next match because it should have been heel Cena versus Rock. For him to finally beat him, he has to go completely a dark side. And
Yeah.
that's definitely my match number 3 is WrestleMania 28, Rock and Cena. And the finish where Cena was doing the people's elbow and The Rock kept up and hit him with that rock bomb, I lost it. I lost it.
Yeah.
One awesome moment.
Nah. Awesome moment. That ain't the word. Especially when he returned, when you were talking about that electricity, and you said Justin Bieber. I was hearing it's going to be what are the guys? Was it Bob Barker? You know, I heard it was maybe going to be him or so. But
They wouldn't have done
man,
that much if it was Bob
Bob
Barker.
yeah,
Barker.
yeah. But man, it was The Rock and just hip yes, man. What? That was a
I
moment.
wish I was in that building. That's
That
all
was a
I say.
moment.
I wish I was in that building. And you actually saw fans falling down the stairs to run down to get back to their seats to see what the hell was going on. That's how you know you made an impact in wrestling.
Mhm.
That's how you know you've made an impact on a show, an entertainment standpoint, for somebody to do that. So definitely WrestleMania 28, John Cena versus Rock.
Okay.
Once in a lifetime.
Okay. Gotcha.
Once in, I mean, like Stymie said to Alfalfa, once in a lifetime.
Okay. My number 3, you guys, is from WrestleMania
That's right,
25.
Spanky.
Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels.
Oh,
Man.
yeah.
What?
Yes. Look at, I already know it was gonna make some people
I
upset.
know who
As my
Dre's number
Lewis.
one is.
But yeah,
I
Undertaker
think so
versus
too.
Shawn Michaels. Like this match was real good, man. It was better than the first one that they had. I mean, the second one actually that they had at WrestleMania 26 a year
Oh.
later. But this one, how Shawn Michaels was playing, God, and Undertaker was, the evil
Oh, okay, yeah.
Undertaker in that. Uh, man, like where you want to go with this? Like it was a beautiful matchup. That's why I put this at number 3. Number
I
3.
gotta say the second one was better. Just the story they told with it, bro. Like
Yeah, but you knew Shawn
Sean
Michaels
coming
was
back
gonna
and
leave
winning the
though.
Slammy Awards and literally go, hey, I'm appreciative of it. I don't like the results. And then his whole character just switches like that. Pauses like he literally just got knocked out of his body. His soul is out of his body and going, I can beat Taker. And it literally just changed his character to be so desperate to find every way to get in that match against Undertaker the next WrestleMania. That's what really impacted me. And that's one reason why I still say that one stands out to that match just because of the story aspect. The fans felt it. You could just you literally were in tune to that WrestleMania to see could Shawn Michaels really beat Taker at WrestleMania.
Yeah. That's my number 3, man.
That's a good
That's
match
my
though.
number
That
3.
was a good
Number
match.
two.
Number two.
Deuce,
Oh
Like,
boy.
deuce,
like
deuce.
Well, for me, some of you might be a little aggravated and agitated about this one. Bret Hart versus Stone Cold Steve Austin, WrestleMania 13, Chicago, Illinois. Listen,
Oh, that's why. Yeah,
no, it's not because why I jerk off.
it's a
nah, that ain't because of
Chicago fight.
that blood, that visual,
That
man. That
change
tells a
I
of
story.
color.
no, it wasn't just because of change of color, but it was the fact that Stone Cold didn't quit. He passed the fuck out.
Mhm.
Turned into a baby face, not even being a
The
baby
double
face.
the double turn took its effect. Ken Shamrock, special referee enforcer, and shit. And they brought all over the place, but just the way that how everything was for me watching it, it's just it's a fucking classic just to watch. If you want to try to say this was a dog fight, this was a dog fight. To me, it was. And I was leaning on both sides of the fence, like Stone Cold and Bret Hart, like who I really want to win. I can't decide. I like both these guys. But looking at the match, you kind of see how Brett was starting to take a turn to the heel, where he tried to go a little drastic measures and shit, and start ignoring shit like that, whatever, but playing some heel tactics, and you can kind of low key see it. And Austin was still going to do the in. I mean, but Austin was still a heel at the same time too, regardless. So you're seeing that kind of be conflicting, like okay, how's the crowd going to react to it? And the crowd was really into the shit, but Brett taking the turn and just into the heel, and then that happened with us versus Canadians versus Canadians are better than America storyline and shit, and how that played out have resulted to that, and then Stone Cold was on the rocket ship to being the next star of WWE, and that match.
You believe that was the passing the torch match?
No, it was more of the trust me, kid. It was more of the trust me, kid. I'm gonna get you to the promised land match. Like trust in Brett, and if you knew Stone Cold before he came to WWF. When he was at WCW as Stunning Steve Austin and shit like that, when he had the matches over there before the neck issues, come on now.
Oh, yeah.
He can go. And that was the match that was right there that proved that he can go. And he got over and still played heel at the very end, but the crowd loved him. The birth of an anti-hero. I don't need your approval. I'm still going to do me regardless. And the crowd loved it. Because at the time period, look what happened with television. And this is where majority of us from the ages of 7 to 11, this was our foundation years right there. Mm-hmm. So I will remember that vaguely. You know what I'm saying? So that match means near and dear to me for both guys. And all Bret Hart just told Stone Cold is just trust me. And and he was the one to say that we need color in the match.
Yep.
So if Bret called it like that, and Stone Cold was just like, "Yo, I'm gonna follow your lead," and he did it to a T and got the fuck over. Bret makes stars, and Bret made a fucking star because of that match. Otherwise,
was Vince against that?
Yeah, Vince was
against it.
Yeah. Vince was against it at the time. Yes, but if it wasn't for that moment, you wouldn't have the bloody T-shirt and shit like that, the Austin 316 with the blood font. You wouldn't even have that to be in existence. So be appreciative of that, Vince. Old piece of shit. That's my number 2.
Okay. Warren, what's your number 2?
Oh, Lord. Hey, man, I got to go with, we got to talk about passing the torch match, WrestleMania 18. I'm sorry, guys. One of the most impactful matches I had to watch. Hulk Hogan versus The Rock in Toronto, man. That was just a freaking clinic, bro. Gosh, that was such a match, bro. The thing that hurt me the most is Toronto was booing The Rock out of the damn building. That I like, honestly, guys, I didn't really follow Hogan when it came to that standpoint. I was like, first of all, you're wrestling against The Rock. You ran The Rock over with an ambulance. That part, that made me hate this guy. I didn't care what legacy you gave, whatever, bro. Like, I was so ready to see The Rock beat Hogan's ass. And when I just saw everyone booing The Rock, I'm like, he got ran over in an ambulance. How are y'all cheering for this guy? Just like, it was just super crazy to me. And I mean, just the finish alone, bro, and Hogan changing character just because of this match, super monumental. Definitely monumental.
I love it.
I'm guessing, Dre, that was yours, wasn't it?
I'm gonna keep it separate. My number two was Stone Cold Steve Austin versus The Rock, WrestleMania 17. But we're gonna go, just about all of them though. Obviously, WrestleMania 17, where Stone Cold turned heel and joined Mr. McMahon and everything like that. That was, brilliant though. Stone Cold said obviously if he can go back, he would have, just kept it straight. But Man, that was dope. And obviously WrestleMania 19, where he took 3 rock bottoms, Stone Cold took 3 rock bottoms, just for The Rock to win. We already knew Stone Cold, that was his last match, and The Rock, that was one of his last matches going out. But Stone Cold versus The Rock, one of the two best guys in the business, number one,
Ever.
going head to head. Like you couldn't make this up. Like, and that's my
I'm
number
not stuttering when I say this. Ever.
two. Yeah, Stone
Ever.
Cold versus The Rock.
Quote me if you want. We
Calms
will
the
go
fuck
for
down.
days. We will go for days if anybody wants to argument this one.
Calms
Those
the
two
fuck
are
down.
those are the best and also the worst ideas when you come into it, because guess what? Now you have nothing to advance over, because those two took this ball and nailed it completely out of the damn planet. There's no way you can get to that stardom anymore. None.
I don't wanna
Before-
be like this.
Before we get to number one, you guys have any wild card picks or anything like that?
Oh, yes, I do.
Okay, cool.
Oh, yes, I do. I have Seth Rollins versus Randy Orton, WrestleMania 31.
Oh yes, that was a damn good.
I have
the
Kurt
RKO.
Angle
Especially the
versus
RKO.
I have Kurt Angle versus Chris Benoit, WrestleMania 17. I had Triple H, Shawn Michaels, and Chris Benoit, WrestleMania 20.
Oh yeah,
then-
fuck, I
And then I
forgot
had
about that.
Stone Cold Steve Austin versus Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania 14 because I was in the building that night.
Oh, you were there?
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
Okay.
I like that. Warren, you have any
All right.
wild card picks?
Honorable mentions.
Yeah, you Mitch.
Obviously the Chris Benoit match, because the ending where you saw Eddie and him getting to celebrate with the championships to show that monumental that they finally made it. Those two deserved it more than anybody getting a championship. Regardless of life choices, we want to know, guys, those two, if they were still alive to this day, if all that shit didn't happen, those two would go down as the greatest of all time. Facts.
Yep.
When it comes to in-ring workers, those two would go down as the greatest of all time. But
Black Tiger
Definitely.
and Pegasus.
yep, exactly.
Right
But-
about that.
Yeah,
The next one has got to be
It's only on
CM Punk versus Undertaker. That was
Oh,
my moment. I thought Taker was gonna lose. The story that they told, and even put Paul Bear's death into the storyline, and not even go way too over the top with it.
nah, that's what gave
I-
Undertaker more incentive to win.
Yeah.
That's when I knew, like, yo, take a guy.
But the story itself was
fucking-
so good.
Mm-mm.
Like, it was very freaking written out.
Otherwise, otherwise, Paul Bear would have had to receive a tombstone in that match in order for CM Punk to win it that way, because he would have to be the sacrificial lamb, but he wasn't.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
you're
he
right.
played his part. He stayed right the fuck outside and did nothing. And that's what he's supposed to do. Nothing.
Well, a wild card pick for me. Triple H versus The Undertaker, Hell in a Cell, WrestleMania 28.
Yeah.
The whole story between
Such a story with all that.
He defeated.
Oh yeah,
Shawn at
Sting
22.
and Triple H too. I gotta say that as an honorable mention as well.
Man,
Sting and
that was
Triple H.
supposed to have been Sting and Undertaker, but I'll take that. I'll take that. But definitely.
Trash.
You blame Seth for it.
No, I blame the company for it.
Yeah. But-
Company should have been went to Undertaker like, yo, listen, if we try to get Sting to come in, will you work with him? He would have said, hell yeah, let's make this shit happen. They didn't. They pulled the trigger on the shit late, and that's why it got denied because of that. Because Taker wasn't healthy at the time period.
No, he wasn't.
So that's what pissed me off.
Yeah.
And he wasn't in his element either, right at 31 either. Because
That's why I was like, fuck. Because he just had lost to Lesnar the year before that.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That was actually a decent. I might say that segment too. Like Taker versus Bray Wyatt. The storytelling was good. The match, it could have been better. It wasn't like Undertaker WrestleMania moment, but it was interesting to me.
Trash. This could have been done in a cinematic match. You could have done a cinematic match where you had the time to do it, but then you didn't do it.
No. Okay.
That could be the fucking retirement match.
All right. We are all down to number one, you guys, and we all gonna share our number one. We're gonna start with the birthday guy, Blackheart. Who's your number one?
AKA, we are the ones.
Who's your number one WrestleMania match?
All right, number one, Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels, WrestleMania 25. Sorry, Warren. I'm calling right down the middle with that one. Listen, this match from beginning to end, and like you said, from the fiery depths of hell, with Shawn Michaels coming out with the all white suit, and just the way that he had to get this match, and Undertaker was like, you know what, fuck this motherfucker, I want his ass. And you obviously know the streak was on the line too. I really thought Shawn Michaels was really about to get one up on him, because if you guys really had noticed, they barely had matches prior to this at all.
Mm-hmm.
So this was a long time coming, for real, especially on the WrestleMania stage. I mean, kudos to the to Bad Blood pay-per-view where they had the first ever Hell in a Cell match, which got everyone talking about Hell in a Cell in the first place. But this match, to me, was the greatest fucking match ever on the card. But in WrestleMania match history, this was top-notch echelon from two top performers. One of them is a seasoned veteran in striking and power, but storytelling mythologically through his character. And the other is a straight showman that's willing to give you a show no matter what time it is. That's always been Shawn Michaels' MO. Especially when it comes to, and that's why they call him Mr. fucking WrestleMania, for a reason. But Undertaker is the king of WrestleMania.
Weren't they the first coffin matches as well?
Yes. No.
Yeah.
No.
You sure?
They had casket matches way before. That was Yokozuna. Probably was the first. Or maybe it was someone before that.
Because I remember Sean saying they were always he was always the first to try something. Him and Taker were.
Just a Hell in a Cell. That's all I can think of right now. But the coffin matches, they've been doing that since when Undertaker came into the industry.
Mm.
So, and to me, just bar none, greatest match. And both of them said themselves that was one of the greatest matches themselves. Yeah. And I remember hearing Shawn even say Undertaker was smiling from ear to ear after he got backstage. And I was like, my man smiled? Oh, shit.
Taker wanted to retire. He wanted to retire after that.
So happy birthday, Undertaker. Because happy birthday.
You got a graphic for that? You got a graphic for him?
Yeah, you better have a graphic for Undertaker for his birthday today.
Yes.
Just do the eye thing. Do it. Do the little tongue thing. He's shacking over here.
Please.
Okay. All right, Warren, who's your number one? Who's your number one pick?
We already know this. You said it. He said it for 3. You said it for 2. I'm saying it for 1 because it's the most impacting thing that happened in wrestling. Rock, Austin, it doesn't matter what damn number, but 17 was the most impactful one because that damn promo video, bro. That damn promo video literally solidified that match was going to be good, even if there was botches, whatever you believe. Like, that match could not do any wrong. The built up to it, Rock and Austin just slowly coming together. Rock slowly getting his title back, go to face Kurt Angle, finally beat Kurt Angle, get his title back, and then guess who's coming right behind him? Stone Cold Steve Austin. Always somehow winning a damn Rumble just to go face The Rock every damn WrestleMania. Like, that was the one thing that drove me nuts. Like, it's crazy how many great matches they had. It was just hard to believe that Rock never beat that son of a gun until WrestleMania 19. Because it's just like, those were so many great matches. I can't even say that one of them was bad. Like, those two literally were just perfect together. They clicked with every cylinder. They knew what they were gonna do promo wise. They knew what to say. They knew how to get this shit over. They even did a damn sing along together, and that shit even made them even
One of
better.
my favorite segments ever, man.
Like literally, they could not do wrong with each other. Like perfect duo to get in there. And man, when you heard that they actually would become and do a tag team together in matches and shit, that even made it more invested because you're like, those two absolutely hate each other. Like two split ass rivalries come together and tagging, and then of course they go on to WrestleMania and face each other one on one, tear the damn roof off that building. I mean, Rock, Austin, the crowd obviously was pro Austin, but they were cheering for The Rock as well. Like
the crowd was split.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It was split in Austin's backyard.
That was definitely split.
In Austin's backyard. Like that tells you how big that match was. It was very split in.
Baby faces at that time facing off in the main event. You can't pick. It was hard to even me to make that fucking decision on like, okay, it's The Rock, Stone Cold Steve Austin.
It was like you didn't even care who won. It was like we all won just watching this. We all won. That's how I saw it. We all won. And I mean, literally, shout out to my cousin. He always was pro Stone Cold. I was always Rock. We would always imitate each other. Every WrestleMania, we would sit there and do WrestleMania. He would be Stone Cold. I would be The Rock. And of course, Stone Cold finds a fucking way to win until WrestleMania 19. Like, literally, I was crying. I was crying when Vince and him fucking took that steel chair to Rock. And then the fucking next night, where they beat his ass in the damn steel cage, I really thought my Superman died. Literally. A little kid and myself just sitting there like, Rock is dead. They just killed Rock. Like, Rock bled 2 nights back to back. I'm like, bro, how many times can you bleed every day? Like, damn. And it's just like, those matches were so impactful to me. And literally, I want to say thank you to both of them for giving us the best memory of WrestleMania, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's what's up. That is what's up, man. 10
Mic drop.
Okay, all right. My number one, you guys, is a tie. Is a tie for my number one. I know a lot of people might not like that, and who my number one picks are is very interesting. Okay,
Eugene. No, I'm just kidding.
My number one.
I will walk out the street. Right
my number one pick for WrestleMania. First one. Yeah, I know that was totally wrong.
Is that a B-more thing?
That's why he was holding it off.
Number one is The Rock versus Hollywood Hulk Hogan. Just like Warren said earlier, when the NWO came in February and Vince McMahon brought them in, a new poison, a dose of poison that he's going to inject into the WWF, and out come New World Order. I was like, okay, I was never a WCW guy. I was never really a Hulk Hogan guy, but I had the Hulk Hogan buddy. I guess my mom was like, hey, you like wrestling? I had the buddy, but growing up, I didn't know too much about Hulk Hogan. But The Rock was my guy, and when they came in, at WrestleMania, and prior to taking The Rock down, like Warren mentioned, man, I was sitting there with my mouth wide open at the screen, like, no, they did not do that to The Rock. But the atmosphere for this matchup, when they just went one-on-one, nobody really cared about the main event, but kudos to Triple H and Chris Jericho for main eventing that matchup. But this was the matchup, man. Like, the light bulbs that was going off, where both of them were just in the middle of the ring, just looking at each other, just going back and forth. And the people in the crowd was just like, yo, man, like, they wanted all the old school fans wanted Hogan to win, and all the modern fans wanted Rock to win. So I was a Rock fan all day long. So that's my number one.
That Toronto crowd hated Rock.
Yeah,
they didn't have one cheer for Rock.
They wanted Hogan to win because they were remembering WrestleMania 6 when Hulk Hogan defeated Ultimate Warrior at WrestleMania 6 for both of the titles and stuff. Oh, excuse me, Did I get that right? No, Ultimate Warrior won that match.
Ultimate Warrior won that.
Yeah. So I guess that was his first time back in Toronto. At that point. So, okay, my other number one half, man, is
Half?
look
Damn.
here.
You expecting all that shit?
We are the bar.
Okay, man, Undertaker versus Brock Lesnar.
Oh,
Man, I could not watch the finish of this match. Obviously, watching it, seeing Taker in bad pain, but the finish of it, I was just like, yo, man, like Brock Lesnar is on the road. He came back, dominate Triple H, dominate John Cena, dominated everybody in his path. And I'm like, okay, Undertaker, he is the man at WrestleMania. He's not gonna lose to no Brock Lesnar. And man, after 3 or 4 F5s, I closed my eyes. I couldn't look at the screen. 1, 2, 3. I was shocked. I could not believe it. I thought something was wrong. Like the guy that they used for the image with his mouth wide open, and he was just like talk to everybody. Like I was him. I was literally him, man. And yo, that's my number one pick, man. That is crazy.
Who's got the best impersonation of that guy? Who's got the best one?
I don't know.
Oh, Dre ain't even trying. See, look at that.
Say it again.
Come on, Dre. You gotta contribute, man. You gotta show the impression of that guy. The best impression. Go.
Yeah, Dre won.
Yeah,
Dre won.
Dre got the head that he had. Like that. And plus he had glasses. I didn't.
Hey yo.
So,
that was
foreign
crazy,
object.
For real, that was crazy. And yo, I appreciate everyone joining and having fun with us. We talking about our top 10 WrestleMania matches, man. Before we get out of here, we got final thoughts, man. Final thoughts. Anything you guys want to mention before we roll
next
on
week
out of here?
when it comes to my turn of commission's talk, instead of us having a regular conversation, we're gonna have a special WrestleMania. Don't mind this incapacitating fool over here on my top right corner. Before I was really interrupted, I was gonna say instead of us having a weekly, the commission talk was something we would do. I was gonna, since it's WrestleMania week next week, technically, I will be doing a WrestleMania base WrestleNary show with y'all. Okay. So this is gonna be kind of fun. So it's gonna get y'all kind of warmed up and everything like that, and you'll be my guinea pigs. Now it's time. So, folks, I think there's nothing more to say. Thank you for the birthday love and everything like that. I really appreciate it. If y'all love me so much, go to our YouTube channel, hit that like, share, subscribe, and notifications bell. Stay up to date with all the stuff that we have currently coming out with. I got a couple of things in my back pocket right now. I'm not ready to display them things just yet, but y'all about to find out. I got some treats for y'all coming real soon. And check out the birthday stream in the next say about 7 to 8 hours. So we're gonna be at 10 p.m. the same time. So come vibe out with your boy tomorrow.
Hey, that's what's up. That's what's up. Warren.
Gonna give us some of that cake now. You're gonna give us like a little cyber channel,
I probably have some strippers for you.
Dre's got that one. Got that one all
hey,
set up
baby,
right
shake that ass. Shake that ass.
I'm twerking from working. All right,
great Google.
I got an episode with Buzzing with Marlowe's tomorrow. Today we are talking to my good friend Aura, performer from the recent concert that we had one night in Harlem. Shout out to my boy Jay Lyric. He killed it. First sellout on his own concert, was super awesome. And they got another big show coming up in Atlanta. But I got my buddy Aura coming on. We're going to talk about history of hip hop and what helps the changes impact the fans. So definitely look forward to that. It'll be on at 5 p.m. Eastern time and wherever you get your podcast audio wise.
Five times. That is what's
WCW
up. champion.
Hey man, this was dope, man. The commission, here chatting wrestling. As Blackhart said, he will be back. We will be on Off the Top Ropes podcast next week, you guys. So make sure you subscribe to Off the Top Ropes podcast.
We're gonna be on WrestleMania.
It's gonna be dope, man, for real.
It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be so fun.
And also, you guys,
yeah, brother.
Commission gonna be back here on Talk Pro Wrestling next Saturday, April 2nd, 4 p.m. Eastern, chatting about WrestleMania and NXT Takeover. Stand and Deliver. And the week after, man, we're gonna be back on
Stand and Deliver is gonna be at it's gonna be. Is it still gonna be like where WrestleMania is supposed to be, or are they gonna be like somewhere smaller?
No, they're gonna be at the American Airlines. They're gonna be at American.
They are doing exactly the same venue.
Okay, so they're gonna have a big show out there. Okay,
yeah. This is the first show back on the road for them. So I don't know if they're gonna consistently do it, but hopefully so. I'm getting tired of the Performance Center look, but hey,
whatever. Y'all be all right.
It's the bubble.
If y'all can watch every other company do the same shit, then you can spare that. Fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Shout out to Pat Dillon, man. Shout out to Pat Dillon from UFO Wrestling and the mayor of South Boston up here in Massachusetts. Check out that episode 2 of After Dark. That's available as well.
Hey, this was dope, man. Y'all ready, man. Follow the 1130 podcast on all social media platforms. Follow Buzzing with Marlo Off the Top Ropes podcast once again. Yo, this was dope, man. This was dope. Enjoy you guys' weekend. Happy birthday to Blackheart. Yo, we're going to be off Top Ropes podcast once again and on Buzzing with Marlo and right back here.
Remember,
once
folks,
again,
WrestleMania, WrestleNary next week. Get ready, because I'll get ready for Marlo to probably hate me.
Why you say that?
Because some of the questions that I got marked up, man, you're gonna hate me for those.
Man, that's all right.
Hey, I'm excited for next week.
Approach it.
I'm excited. I hope you guys are excited.
So intelligence up.
Make sure you tune in, you guys. For real, this was a dope one. Stay blessed, stay safe. Give all the glory to God, man. Won't he do it? From myself, from Warren Marlowe, Blackheart. Be out, man.